Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 55.
Listen, I have nothing to say when it comes to criticizing y'all to watching this series. We got 1,000 views on the last video.
Thank you.
Thank y'all, because trust me, it is a struggle watching these idiots every Friday. And just to know that I'm in the trenches with not only my wife, but with y'all. Mm-hmm. That we can all just, carry the burden of getting this show as the #1 show on this channel. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Let's go.
All right. So we start with Bradley and Savannah.
Oh, boy.
Alyssa is feeling ambushed. Savannah thinks Alyssa's reaction is purely emotional.
Yeah.
She needed to create boundaries with Alyssa and to let her know why she was creating those boundaries. Mm-hmm. She tells her that she will always be Bradley's family and she will think of her as family too. Savannah can't believe Alyssa's chaos and entertain what she's saying about everyone secretly hating or plotting against her relationship. Mm-hmm. She ends up calling Bradley on the phone when she leaves with Alyssa and fills him in on how all of that went and how Alyssa said that his family hates her and he is going to break up with her when he gets out. But he says that he does not intend to do that. However, he tells us in the past he has been around the block. Mm-hmm. He's 30 now, so he thinks he's out of his whole phase, but he tells us to stay tuned.
Stay tuned. He like, I don't know.
Exactly.
We don't know. Okay.
Nobody knows. Mm-hmm. We'll see what I do when I get out.
Yeah.
So Savannah goes out to eat with a couple of her friends. Yeah. They were, I believe, all in recovery together, got sober together. She fills them in on what Alyssa said. Bradley ends up calling and she asks him why he won't get her name tatted on his forehead.
What the heck?
She's talking about how she needs reassurance, and he says that getting anyone's name tattooed on you is a bad omen. And Savannah says, well, let's ask everyone at the table.
Let's ask my friends.
And Savannah's friends, specifically the guy, Isaiah, he said, I would never get someone's name tatted on me.
You done.
He even takes the time to Google like what that means or what does that mean as far as getting someone tattooed on you. Yeah. And it is a kiss of death to your relationship.
Okay.
Savannah says that she would get his name on her and thinks that their relationship is stronger than a superstition. Her friends tell her to maybe like wait until he gets out, and she tells them not to talk her out of it. Isaiah thinks that she might be just attention seeking.
Yeah. Also, he says something which I agree with. I think she feels internally that the relationship is rocky. I think she feels that like there's something about this relationship that doesn't feel stable, so she's seeking out ways externally as like some type of proof that we are on stable ground, where he's telling you one thing and he's telling us something totally different that is the total opposite of what you think he's feeling. Now I'm a little confused, just a little bit. When Savannah says get her name tattooed on his forehead, is the forehead part like basically like sarcasm, but basically she just say just get my name tattooed on you, or like she wants it on the forehead?
I think she was low key like sarcastic joking about the forehead, but if he would have done it, she would have been happy about it. But I think she just wants her name on his body. Yeah,
you're crazy. Here's the thing, right? I do like just the only good thing that came out of this scene. There's only one good thing that came out of this scene. As crazy as they may look talking about Savannah and her two friends, I like the fact that they met each other in rehab.
Yes.
Now I ask the question, why not just build friendships with them instead of with the
Bradley,
right? Meaning that Bradley tried to gaslight, try to flip the script on you as if you hurt her. And now she's crying, basically saying, like, why would you do that to me? You didn't even give me a chance to do or say anything before you start saying that the family don't like me and things of that nature. I think she should just end it with Bradley. I think she should end it with this man, to be honest, because I think they are both crazy, a little bit of crazy, and just a little bit of crazy. I think for her is more dangerous because she may relapse. I think she is basically betting her whole stability on this man. Yeah. And he is already telling us, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm different, but we will see. Like, you get what I'm saying? As if it's not his choice, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And I think Savannah, I don't take Savannah too seriously.
Me neither.
I think that she does a lot of stuff for attention or for shock value. So with her friends even sitting there telling her, like, girl, like, what are you talking about? She's like, don't talk me out of it. I'm just like, she's just a dramatic individual. Like, She's just dramatic. And I hope that, like you said, she builds friendships with people who have recovered or who are sober or, who don't even necessarily have that issue. So that way she doesn't have to be around somebody who dibbles and dabbles and selling and all that type of stuff. So hopefully Bradley's different. But like he says, he don't know. So we don't know.
Yeah.
So we move on to Tia and Rob. Tia has never introduced any man to her daughter, and she is nervous about them meeting. She is going to bring her daughter to his release, and Rob is going to be released in a day.
I know the daughter like, wait, yay, this is going to be fun.
So he can see himself marrying Tia, having children with her, living with her. It's been 2 years since she had sex, and she is ready to get it popping. She has her daughter and some of his family staying at a hotel near the prison so they can all be there in the morning to go get him and welcome him. So her daughter, her cousin, his sister, the wife, whatever, are all going to be there for the release.
Yeah.
So we see Rob come out. He talks about how his mom passed away when he was in prison. And he tells Tia that he appreciates her, and she tells him that they are going to have the room free tonight.
Well, huh? Okay.
They're in the back of the car, in the van or whatever. They cannot keep their hands and lips off each other. So.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was kind of like ill. You know what I mean? Like your sister and like your kid is in the back row. You get what I'm saying?
I will say they're a good looking couple. I think that they look very nice together. Yeah, I think they do.
I think they look alike.
Okay.
That's it. I think they just look alike. But just because, as Blair believes they are a good looking couple, doesn't mean that I see danger written on this couple.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Like I don't see success.
But they cute,
right? For now, right? until she starts yelling at him, and then that's when he starts. Like it was just funny just watching her literally lay on his lap, and basically they just tonguing each other down as if like your kid not in the back, your sister not in the back. Listen here. This is the calm before the storm. Yeah. And I see the clouds coming for them.
So we move on to Sam and Krystal.
Yeah.
So Sam did make his visit to Krystal. He says that they're always affectionate when they see each other, and that's what holds him over until the loneliness starts to set in again. Krystal was disappointed that Rita didn't come. The next day, Sam goes to pick up Rita just to go out to eat. Rita found herself well and available that day.
When it's time to eat, right? When it's time to eat. Hold on. Who paying me? Okay.
He asked her what happened. Rita just says, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like, all right. I don't
she
know.
just can't always jump when Krystal hollers.
Yeah.
So Sam tells Rita that Krystal is scared that she is going to die tomorrow since she's getting older, and Rita looked shocked.
Rita like, who? Her? Me? I'm dying? Oh. Okay.
Krystal calls Sam and she's telling Rita that it's getting longer and longer between their visits. Rita's getting older. She misses her, and she tells her that she loves her and she appreciates how much that she's done for her, especially with her mom battling addiction all her life and then ending up losing the battle with passing away.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Should I say what I want to say? Let me wait till after you talk to the attorney scene, and then that's when I say what I have to say.
Okay. So Sam meets up with the attorney and explains Krystal's conviction, how she and her ex were violent people. She slashed him at the top of his head.
Wow.
There was drug use involved. She was on probation, but then she violated probation by contacting him and failing a drug test. Sam does worry if she might reach out to him when she comes out. Apparently, the victim visited her in prison after the conviction. The attorney says, just so y'all know, she cannot contact this guy for the rest of her life. The lawyer says that she will get a hearing. She can have 2 to 3 family members at that hearing, but the victim can also attend. If there is a protest from the victim, it can make it difficult for her to get probation.
Yeah.
And he asked Sam, can you deal with the reality of her possibly not getting out, serving her full sentence, and that would mean 7 more years. Sam understands that she might be in prison for 7 more years, but that is a lot of time. Just a lot of his life spent alone. He was asked that question 4 years ago if he would be willing to wait. He made it this far, but he gets very emotional because he really wants this to work, but it is a long time.
This shed a light on Sam to me, Rita's relationship with Krystal to me. I think, Sam, you are a guy with very low self-esteem, and you may be battling depression. Right? I think Sam is one of those people, right? I think he needs these constant hits of dopamine to where he said something across the lines of where you was telling us that he went up to see Krystal, they hugged and was able to talk, and that's gonna hold him over and things like
until
that.
he gets lonely again.
I'm like, is loneliness just a feeling that you feel outside of Krystal? You get what I'm saying? Also, Rita. I think Rita is done with her granddaughter.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't think it's like a done in a sense of like, oh, I hate her. I think Krystal is playing up this relationship that Rita has with her way more than Rita's playing it up to. I think Rita is the reality of the relationship, meaning that she went to prison. I probably was watching her, telling her that she shouldn't do it. I'm good. You get what I'm saying? I think Rita is like, now you got this strange boy coming over here to this house and things like that, checking up on me, and I don't need to be checked on.
Yeah.
Right? Every time, I would think that y'all would get the hint that every time on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, when like he sees me, I'm good, and then when it's time to go visit on Saturday, I just suddenly don't answer the phone. I oversleep. I'm not well. But Sunday, when you want to go out to eat, I'm like perfectly fine, right?
Exactly.
So I think Krystal is a hellion, right? That basically, like, I think the attorney said it perfectly, that they are going to highlight assault with a deadly weapon, right? So I think she's a hellion to where she sliced the man's forehead. She's already lying to, like, the guy that's taking care of her and the grandmother, so she don't respect him. She got a whole relationship inside of prison, but guess what? You know, she gonna be there for a while. You might, whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But I think Rita is fine with not seeing the granddaughter. I think she's fine with accepting calls, but basically making her life revolve around Krystal. I think Rita is fine with, like, I'm 70-something years old. I'm good where I'm at. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like Rita said, look, you know, I raised her mother. Her mother went her way. I raised Krystal. Krystal's going her way. And these grown people are going to have to deal with the repercussions of their decisions. And I'm chilling at home. I don't got to make no 3-hour trip to no jail on Saturday.
Exactly.
I'm chilling. Okay.
And it's longer because she lives the other way.
Exactly. So I think Rita, I wish Rita would just say it, but I'm sure she doesn't want to hurt Krystal's feelings. Man. So she'll just be like, I'm a little bit sick. You know exactly. But the thing is, I'm just like, Rita's just, like you said, she's not revolving her life around Krystal. If Krystal want to call, if Sam want to come by, take her out to lunch, like, she's cool with that. But at the same time, she's like, this is your mess. And whatever you have to do and deal with is your business. Because if you think about it, Krystal was talking to Sam about getting a probation lawyer. Rita could have did that. Rita said, I ain't getting nothing, buying nothing, putting no money towards nothing. She's like, I'm good.
She's a 70-something year old.
She's like, I didn't do no crime.
She's a 70-something year old woman that lives by herself.
Yeah.
And she ain't trying to go in no prison.
Right.
She like, I spent 70-something years probably not going to prison. I've been going to rehab facilities and things of that nature. I don't want to see the spawn of Satan, basically, because I dealt with my daughter and now I got to deal with her daughter.
Right.
Now, based on the information that we know from the attorney, dude, you think she's going to get out early?
I don't
think so either.
I think this is a really bad case, and the fact that she already violated probation once and that's what got her in, I really don't think that they're going to give her a second chance. I think they're going to say, you need to serve your time because you was wilding.
I think she's going to serve
and the fact that y'all been contacting each other.
I think she's going to serve the full duration of time because they're going to view that as like lenient. Like, you only got to do 7 years. Like, you already did 4.
Yeah.
You just got to do 7 more compared to, let's say, if she was given life or something like that. I see them cutting something off of 25 years. But just 7, and with potentially and when you have 7 years left, you could potentially get out of half that time. So she probably get out in 5 or 4 years. So I think they could be like, no, you ain't getting out. You only got 7 years to go. You're doing good. Bye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get out of here. What's next?
Next, we have Jakima and Donnie.
Oh, boy.
Donnie was saying that he might have to move to another facility. Well, Jakeema got a conduct report sent to her house. And in the report, it said that it was something along the lines of getting and distributing drugs. And apparently getting money sent to her Cash App. Her name was tied to the charge. So now she's upset because how does my name involved in anything like this when I have nothing to do with drugs?
Yeah.
Well, because you're dealing with an inmate who sells drugs.
Exactly.
He was going to use you in some type of way.
Exactly.
So Yeah, so anything dealing with drugs, she said that it would be over, and she has also been taken off the visitation list.
Yeah.
She calls the prison to try to figure out what the issue is, and she thinks maybe he could have been falsely accused.
Let's keep going.
So when she calls the prison, she talks to the people on the line.
Mm-hmm.
She tells them that she has nothing to do with drugs, and she wants to know why she got this ticket and why she was removed from the visitation list. So she is not on his emergency contact list, so they really can't give her any information.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing they tell her is that inmate is not at this facility, and they can't say where he is.
What is your thoughts?
Donnie is just a bad boy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing what he was doing out of jail, and he over here, selling and distributing and all this type of stuff in jail. And Jakeema, this is why you don't get involved with people in jail.
Yeah.
This is just one of those reasons. Some people, they might be rehabilitated, but why not wait until they come out and you really see if they have been rehabilitated?
Mm-hmm.
But she wants to get involved with somebody who's in jail and not really knowing if they've changed, really not knowing who they are, because she met the man through JPay.
Yeah.
So I really don't have much empathy or concern for Jakeema. I'm hoping that this is her wake up call to disengage, but it sounds like she said that she hopes that he's at a closer facility now.
What?
So prayers to Jakeema.
I have a wild theory.
What?
I think Jakeema knows about the drug charges. Mm-hmm. And she may have been an accomplice in all of this.
I really wouldn't be surprised.
I think so, right? I think she's playing it up for the camera of, what? My name is attached to the cash? Because my thing is, why would you move your kids and yourself to visit him, right, when he's still in prison? And why would you even get in contact with a prisoner to date him, right? Now, I got to look at you, and I'm just, listen here, I'm just throwing it left field just to see if anybody go catch it. Maybe she was one of the people that was helping, and now she's playing it up for the cameras, and now they took her off the list because they've been tracking her and tracking her movements, and they like, you know what, you ain't welcome here no more. Compared to basically he just doing something without her knowing. That's just my theory.
And the thing is, too, they monitor those calls and all that type of stuff. So if they found out that you were involved in something, then you move closer. Then they're just like, yeah, we're going to cut this thing right here.
Yeah. Now, where my theory may have fallen short is maybe what she's doing is a crime. And if she really was doing something, she would get charged with something. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping someone in the left field to catch what my theory just a little bit.
But I also think that, he was sending her money for the move to help with the kids and all this type of stuff. So
and where does she think he getting the money from? Right. And that's why I'm like, if he did all this, you don't think he's making license plates and making like 10 cents an hour.
But he said that he has a house that he's renting out and he's giving her the money.
Yeah, a trap house.
But I'm just like, it's too shaky for her to be accepting all that.
It don't make sense.
So we move on to MJ and Willie.
My favorite story right here, boy.
So MJ is going to Utah to see her mom. Her mom was diagnosed with cancer. So her mom wants all her kids to be in the same state.
Okay.
MJ gets a call from Willie on her way to the airport, and Willie is concerned that MJ might spend some time with her ex.
What?
She slept with her ex-husband a year ago, and he tells her not to do any nonsense when she's out there. Willie thinks that the ex is a bum. He had his chance, and he only calls her when he's drunk.
You gonna call me a bum and you literally sharing a toilet with a cellmate? Sharing a bunk with a cellmate?
Yeah.
You don't get to choose what you get to eat? I don't even gotta call you a bum. You an inmate.
Yep.
Okay, cool. While I get to sleep with your girl, well, our girl, okay, you calling me a bum, and basically dreaming about being with this woman. It is what it is.
So MJ sees her mom. Her mom didn't want to be on camera because, she's going through her radiation and it's not really looking and feeling her best.
Respect to her.
Yes. And also prayers to her mom. I hope that she beats this thing. So her mom wants her to move back. Willie ends up calling. Willie has always been around the family for years. The mom always loved him because he was respectful, but she would like MJ to be with someone who is not in prison.
Yeah.
She tells her mom that they are getting married, and the mom says, your ex-husband was good for you. He took care of you. that was a good man.
Yeah.
And she really isn't too sure about Willie. But if you want to ruin your life, that's on you.
Wow. Okay, mama.
Mom asks, if you plan to get married while you're still talking to your ex. She tells MJ, you just need to stop lying. Everything will go smoothly. You just have to choose who you really want.
Mm-hmm.
So when MJ drops off her mom, her ex-husband calls her. He asks her, so you miss me or what? And he says, I can feel it through the phone.
Listen, I know you in town. I can sense you. Is that it?
Yeah.
Listen here. The mother basically was like, I know you're a whore because you're my daughter. Right? Basically said, be honest. Listen, mama didn't have a lot of energy to shoot, but she had enough energy to tell the truth.
Exactly.
I just have a question. If I'm sleeping with my ex-wife, does that really count?
It does if you're in a new relationship. You
But
need to let it go.
My new relationship is with another girl that's in prison.
Well, then you don't need to be in a relationship with someone in prison then. If you want to dibble and dabble and be single, just don't be in a relationship.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm sleeping with my ex-wife, not only does that count as a body,
okay,
right? Because I'm like, this is home, number one.
So what? So it's like it's not a new body?
It's not a new body.
Okay.
Right? My number don't go up.
Okay.
Right? We just go compound it, you know what I mean? concurrent, with everything else. And listen here, it's my ex-husband. It's my ex-wife. I can see where she's coming from. Only thing I don't like is that when she get drunk, she do things like this. But I'm like, I think based off of, this is what I think. I think she's really trying to be clean off of drinking. Let's start there. I think she's really putting in the work to I don't want to drink. We saw her take that shot glass, pour it out.
I don't know why her cousin gave her that. That was so disrespectful.
Some people are literally created to send you to hell. Literally, right? So I think she's looking for another rush. I think she's looking for another vice.
Yeah,
right?
It's just where's that excitement in my life?
So that's why when I hear how her and Willie talk, he's like, who's daddy?
Yeah.
Your daddy. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's trying to replace the drinking with the excitement. So the only problem with that is anything can be viewed as excitement. Meaning I'm in a relationship, I can go sleep with my ex-husband. I'm dating an inmate. It's like she's seeking all these excitement because even then, she is not locked up with Willie. And you see how Sam is locked up with Krystal, basically, when it comes to, I'm not talking about physically, but basically, he drops everything to be ready for her.
She's living her life.
She said, I gotta go. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Does he only get a limited amount of calls and a limited amount of time? And she's telling him 10 minutes of the conversation, I'm out here in the free world. I don't need excitement right now.
Yeah.
I don't need to know who daddy is right now.
Yeah.
I'm with my peoples, right? So I think with her, I think she just trying to replace that alcoholic excitement thing because even she said at a young age, she said at 13 or however young she was, she said when she drank alcohol, she said she liked the taste. And I'm like, oh yeah, alcohol was made for you. You get what I'm saying? So I think she's really trying to be on the right path, and whatever it takes to be on the right path this is it. I'm asleep with my ex-spouse while I'm dating an inmate. She's just trying to replace
She
excitement.
wants to have a little bit of chaos in her life, but she's not trying to, end her life with alcohol.
Yeah.
So, I can totally get with that theory. And the thing is, I really do like MJ.
She cool.
She seems really really cool people. But I just want her to make a decision. I don't like her being in a relationship with this man, having all this pillow talk and all this type of stuff, and then going to visit her mom and sleeping with her ex. The first night she gets there.
Ex-husband.
Ex-husband. Yeah. I'm just like, if you want to be single, but don't, lead this guy on. But at the same time, when she's lonely, he's always there to talk to.
Yeah.
So I think that's what she really gets out of that relationship. So
anything else?
That's all I got.
Listen here, who's daddy?
Okay.
Your daddy. Okay. I hear you, Willie. Right? Subscribe, like, share, comment. Make sure that we are also doing Married at First Sight. If there's anybody here who are Married at First Sight fans, we're going to be doing a lot of spotlights. We also doing other shows. Love Island All-Stars is coming out this upcoming week. Make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all share the show. I think word to mouth is very important when it comes to growing because people gonna take your word if they like you. You know what? I got this new show called It Takes Two Show and they pretty good. She's really good and she got her crazy husband on here. You know what I'm saying? Anything else?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.